Hiya guys, Spectre here, and welcome to some Monster Hunter World. This one is the base game, just so you guys know. It's not Iceborne, and this is a little bit of a how-to guide. I'm not a massively experienced player compared to some, but I'm obviously been doing tempered hunts for quite a while. But it's basically how to avoid annoying deaths or common deaths. 3 of the things that I've seen and experienced myself that have caused annoying deaths in the time and ways to try and combat them. It's obviously relating down to what skills you've got. So I'll put them into 3. The third one being the least occurring, number 1 being the most frequent occurring, which is why I've even got it on my gear right this moment. So the least occurring one is your earplug skill. Your earplugs reduces the effectiveness of monsters' roars. If it's one monster by itself, it's generally not a massive concern. It's when you get the pairs that decide to team up on you. I'm speaking to you, Rathian and Rathalos. Yeah, they're the ones. One roars and you're locked in place, you can't move. And then other one dive bombs you and you get hit by an attack. And obviously if you're low on health, it could finish you off. They're one that could one-ball combo. So earplugs is not as threatening as the other 2, but it is one that can be annoying, and if you do, earplugs is a way to nullify it. Personally, I don't see this one as big an issue, but I brought it up because I have seen bad things happen sometimes with this one. The next one, it's less effective. I don't think the flying creatures really do it that much. It's more your ground boys. Is tremors, your tremor resistance. This has only got 3 on it. So like your Diablos, your Black Diablos are 2 big ones for this. But when they tremor, you can still move your character, you're not locked in place, but you move very, very slowly. So I would say 70% of the time you're going to take a hit of some kind. And this can happen with just 1 monster. You don't need to be 2 there. So this can be a bit of an issue. And then if you've got multiple monsters using or got the tremor effect, it can be really annoying. So a way to, again, counter it, tremor resistance, if you're having difficulty with a lot of tremors. It doesn't affect me as much as the main one, which is the last one. The last one is one that I use in my gear currently, because it used to kill me all the goddamn time. And it's not just because of, I think almost every monster can do it, apart from maybe like Great Jagras, Great Gyros, maybe some of your smaller ones like Tobikidachi, the Kulu Yaku, or Pookie Pookie. Odogron actually has done it to me, because he's like a upgraded version of Tobikidachi. But the one that basically that I use, go into my gear. So with mine, I have my braces up here, and it is stun resistance. Stun resistance, to me, is a must-have. So if you are a newer player, veteran players will obviously know, so this is more for your newer players, and you're getting stunned a lot, and the stuns can last anything from like 8 to 12 seconds, which is a lifetime in this game. In the times that I've been stunned, I've been hit 3 more times by the monster, which even for an average hitting monster can spell your death. If they're a hard hitting monster like a tempered hunt, they're going to roll right over you, literally, in the case of like Uragan, whatever it's called, the goddamn rolling death ball. That guy stuns so goddamn much. So I just got annoyed with it, and I got stun resistance. So I now can't be stunned. And since I've been made unstunnable, I die so much less. So if you are getting stunned a lot and you're finding it's creating you a lot of needless and silly deaths, common deaths, get stun resistance. Just get it into your gear, either put it in by gems, which I think is how I've done it, or you can get it through some gear. I think in my particular case, I think mine's all gemmed in. Oh, it's on him again. So mine, for example, here's my braces. I've got 3 steadfast jewels. It's all you need. Just get your steadfast jewels in there. Problem solved. You don't get any stuns anymore. And it helps so goddamn much. And then I was playing on stream recently with some friends, because I do stream this game once a week on my YouTube, and I'll be looking at Monster Hunter Wild when that comes out as well. It does look good. We'll go into a thing so we can test out what sort of damage I take. So let's go and do a tempered one. Have we got a bigger hitter? Let's do Diablos. And this is not a hunt to kill this thing. This is just to show something out. So if any of you guys have done tempered hunts, especially if you've done one against Diablos or Black Diablos, there's some of the bigger hitters. Some of your heavy hitters, tempered monsters, are Diablos, Black Diablos, tempered Devil Joe, tempered Basil Geese, Lunestra. They're ones that are going to really cause you a lot of pain. And what I look at is, if you can survive the heavy hitting ones, you've got no problem surviving the lighter hitting ones. Now some people would argue take your attack power, your critical strike chance, your affinity. But they're if you're like gods at dodging. And there are some guys out there, I've played with some of them, who are gods at dodging, and the monster's got more chance of hitting Neo than hitting them. From fucking Matrix. It's some of these guys are absolute god tier dodgers. Oh, he's here. Right. Right. Always moves his tail last fucking second. See, that actually does quite a bit of damage. Right. He's charging Ruby. Leave Ruby alone. Oh, fuck! And of course, Basil shows up. Now, the thing is here, you see me getting hit by, well, two monsters. Come on, hit with the head. Hit me. Hit me with the head. Not you, Basil Geese, you fuck. When was the last time you saw a person getting hit by two monsters? That does hit for quite a lot of damage. Now, bear in mind, he's tempered. He's a tempered monster. So he's one of the heavier hitting ones. Now what I'm trying to show you guys here is, obviously this is me getting hit on purpose. Now, if you're one of the god tier dodgers and you very rarely get hit, you probably don't need this advice as much. But if you're one of these guys who gets hit or gets clipped, let's be honest, some of the hitboxes are a bit wiggy. You've got Nergigante's one-shot type thing, although I've got that much defense, it doesn't one-shot me anymore. Ow! See, like that, I didn't want to get hit by that to test it, because that's one that usually hits for a lot, is his charge. And bear in mind, this is a tempered normal Diablos. Tempered Black Diablos hits even harder. A lot harder. So, if we look here, I've got 518 defense. 518. I can increase it still a little bit further. My armor's all maxed out. and I've got my defense boost maxed out, but I can get an augment on my weapon, because this weapon's fairly new. For most of my playthrough, like when I played through the campaign, I used the greatsword, so I went even a harder route, because the greatsword's even harder to use. And being so slow at attacking, monsters have got so much time to hit you. But yeah, with my, as you can see there, it says no augment. So there is a defensive augment I can get that further reduces damage I can take. Now, he can't kill me in 1 or 2 hits, or even 3 hits. But he can still hurt me. But he could potentially kill me in 5 or 6 hits. So if you guys are struggling a real lot and you're getting like 1 shot, 2 shot, even 3 shot by tempered monsters, have a look at getting this up. I'd recommend a soft 450. But if you can get it above 500, that's a better place to be. Obviously, in my case as well, I've got -4 versus Dragon. So I'm going to take a little bit more damage on that side, which doesn't actually help in some cases. But your defense counts for a lot more. You're not going to get these ridiculously high. Not without like taking certain things anyway. But this is just me using food buff. I'm not using anything else, just food buff. And just what I can get to. 518 defense. And you spend less time than drinking potions. You will drink the odd one, of course. But you spend less time drinking potions and more uptime attacking the monster. And that's what you want if you want to be able to bring some of these down, especially in these lower time limit hunts. If you get like a 15-minute time limit hunt, you don't want to be running away drinking potions all the time, having to craft new ones if you're taking like a lot of damage. If you can stay on the monster doing a lot of damage, and you're not one of these like god tier evaders who like can, you know, make the monster like miss most of its attacks, then look at investing in some more defense is advice. This is more for newer players. I'm only Hunter rank 53. I didn't play the game for a long time. I recently came back because of the Monster Hunter Wilds trailer. So if that's going to come out, it looks really good. That's something I'd be interested in playing. But just a general guide on 3 annoying ways that you can die. The stun one, again, you didn't see stun in effect on me there at all. And they are 2 creatures that will normally stun you a hell of a lot. So you won't see stun affecting or bothering my character. And then having that higher defense means you're not just getting 1 shot, 2 shot. You can take a lot of hits. It gives you time to run away, drink a potion, get a Vigor Wasp delivery if you have that on your Palico. You know, you're not going to die quite as quick, quite as easy. And it gives you room to make mistakes. And let's be honest, mistakes is part of life, it's how we learn. If you can't make mistakes, you're going to have a lot more difficult time to learn. So it gives you a lot more leeway to learn on what. And you don't have to have the same armour as me. You can have whatever armour you want. It's just trying to get this number towards 500. And obviously part of that is in... part of that is in your unlocking your armour's augment as well. So you can fully upgrade it, which I'll show you guys just now. Most of your game might know this, but some might not. We don't mind, we weren't trying to kill him anyway. So yeah, you can go onto your equipment, and when you see this like little purple lightning bolt above them, that's because you've upgraded. You've basically augmented the armor, and you can upgrade it, I think, up to 14 levels, or it's different from certain ones. These are level 11. It's 14 on my helm. So I've got some other old pieces of armor in here as well, and it's 14 on those greaves as well. And then just try and tailor a build to what you want. But if you've got your defense at a level where you're comfortable, or where you're not taking massive amounts of damage, it doesn't have to be above 500. But as I said, a good 450 for like tempered hunts, because they do hit really hard. If you're below 400, or even in the low 400s, you're probably going to be struggling against tempered monsters, unless, again, you're really good at evading. But getting your defense to a level where you're comfortable, and then getting the skills on them you want. You might want a lot of crit chance. If you want a lot of crit chance, then build up your affinity. But if you're getting a lot of trouble from things like stuns, I recommend obviously having your stun resistance. Get your stun resistance things in there. Tremor and earplugs, as I said, are less of an effect. But if you have trouble with them, the options are there. But stun resistance to me is like a must-have. Because that many things, well, pretty much all the monsters can do it, especially in your tempered hunts. And sometimes it's not even a monster you're fighting. It can be like Basilgeuse coming along and then he stuns you. And then Basilgeuse hits you. The monster you're fighting, in my case Tempered Diablos, also hits me. And then your health pool's plummeting. And obviously I've got a lot of defense. If you guys haven't got a lot of defense and you get hit by that, you're probably dead. So it's just a way to try and help you out if you're having difficulty with some of these things. It'll make it less stressful, less annoying, and you're able to have a bit more fun with it because it allows you to make mistakes. But that's this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like. If you're new, please subscribe. I'll put the playlist link in the top of the description to all my Monster Hunter videos, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, everyone, and have a great day.